Coming up next, it's a Monday edition of the Pro Wrestling Report Interactive as we go into 2 live editions of wrestling programming for WWE and TNA. We're going to talk about some of your emails from Scotland, England, and Florida. Coming up next on the Pro Wrestling Report Interactive. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another special edition of the Pro Wrestling Report Interactive as the Interactive Marathon continues. Damian Nelson sitting here with the legendary Linda Kay and Pete Torso.
Hey, me Torso, because I'm dead from the waist up, or dumb for the waist up. It doesn't make a difference. It was funny the first time.
It still is. This show's all about your emails. Thank you to all of you who keep sending them over to pwrshow.com. Remember, we can't answer them all, and we look at the ones that have your name and location from which you are emailing first, and we try to fit them into these interactive episodes as we can. We also select some of those best written ones to feature at our website, pwrshow.com. So without further ado, let's get right to it, because we got to head on to the radio studio to get ready for tonight's live broadcast. Let's go to Jacksonville, Florida. Bobby Boucher. That's one heck of a name.
How old are you, kid?
I want that name. That's a great name.
How old are you, kid? 7, 8?
Sounds like a worker. Bobby Boucher from Jacksonville, Florida sends this, and he says, WWE seems to be trying to wipe all connections to WCW and the original ECW. There is no one left from the original ECW and few from WCW. Big Show, Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, Chavo Guerrero are all the WCW guys left. Big Show and Jericho are WWE guys that jumped before WCW was bought, and Chavo is just a joke. So other than Ray, what is left and that we can say came of those two companies, ECW and WCW? Meathead, let's hear from you first on that.
DVDs. That's it.
I think what's big right now is, that's right! I went out and I bought my competition!
DVDs and video libraries. That's what's left. That's all that's left of ECW and WCW. That's it.
Some say it was the biggest failure in the history of WWE. Their botched handling due to, I think, some egos in WWE of WCW. That could have been a gold mine for them, and the way they chose to run it. The way they chose to run it was just simply pathetic.
It was, what, a 4-month program, and then it was done?
No, it went, they bought it in March 01, and it ended in about November, so.
No, they started the Invasion, though, in about June.
Correct.
So, I mean, July, August, September, October, November. 5 months. Ended at Survivor Series.
Let's go to Aberdeen, Scotland. Donald Allen sends this in. I would like to hear your opinion on Raw having a guest host every week. I think this is a bad idea for WWE, and it is hurting the company as there's too much celebrity involvement, including lots of stupid and ridiculous gimmicks. To simply put it, segments like Raw's Got Talent with Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne were terrible and should not have been included on the show like Raw, as I think it lowered the reputations of WWE talent and wastes time where more wrestling can be seen instead. Do you think WWE should scrap the guest host element of Raw, and instead of having a guest host, they should hire a full-time general manager instead? Linda, your thoughts?
Well, I gotta agree with you, Donald. That does lower the reputation of the wrestlers. It takes up some time where we could see some good quality wrestling. But on the other hand, people tuning in, big fans of Ozzy Osbourne, don't want to see that.
I mean, like that segment. I don't know about you.
Well, I was just going to bring up that people, like, for example, David Hasselhoff. I mean, do we have a lot of fans of the Hoff? I don't know. Did that help?
Are you a fan of the Hoff?
I was a fan of Baywatch. But,
were you ready? You were running with your little rescue tube there?
The floaty? What is that called? But I don't know. I guess there's an element that's good and bad. Like, I think it'd be better to have, more strength if we did have that one main.
Just one general manager.
Yeah. But, I don't know. Kind of adds kind of fun to have different genes, I guess. But, I don't know.
Right.
What do you think, though?
It depends on the week. I mean, it's just like Saturday Night Live. It's a concept that works for WWE. Look at all the publicity it's gotten them, all the press it's gotten them. Look at the great weeks we've had. Shaq, Bob Barker, William Shatner. just have been some very entertaining things that you just would not have normally seen from WWE.
But, I mean, I understand the whole sales mentality of you have to have, a bunch of oranges to squeeze out a glass of orange juice. Does that mean we have to suffer through 10 bad, celebrity hosts to get one?
Every week isn't a home run. Every hit isn't a home run.
But that's what I'm saying. Don't talk sports. That's what I'm saying. Do we have to suffer through the 10 bad ones just to get the good one?
He doesn't like sports.
No. You don't know sports.
Is every hit a home run?
Huh?
So what's the basis for your statement?
Home runs are home runs.
Right, so every hit isn't a home run in baseball.
Somebody told you that one. You don't know sports.
Thank you very much for that email. Donald Allen from over in Aberdeen, Scotland. Let's go to England now, and this one comes from Vishal Desor. Vishal Desor, actually, it looks like. On a recent episode of Interactive, you mentioned the heat that Michael Cole gets, and you made some good and valid points. One thing I think was not mentioned that should have been is chemistry. JR and the King had chemistry. To some level, Taz and Michael Cole had chemistry. King and Cole do not have chemistry. Look at all the great commentary teams, and what did they all have? Chemistry. What do you think? Meathead, we'll start with you.
Well, let's go to the greatest commentary team of all time.
There's nothing wrong with my feet.
Bobby the Brain Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon. Those guys loved each other, and I don't mean in that way. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Nobody interpreted that you meant it in that way.
But those guys loved each other. They were the best of friends. And the chemistry on camera, on the microphone, was off the charts.
Jane?
And you could feel it. JR and the King, actually very good friends with each other. They've had a chemistry. They worked it out. Michael Cole and Taz had a great chemistry, actually. They even did a radio broadcast for a while they were doing SmackDown. They have chemistry. I feel that Michael Cole and the King are mailing it in every week. And it's just, it feels like King is a shell of himself, that he's just going to work every day. It's how it feels to me. And Cole, I don't know what to do. I think he's feeling stagnant. He's been doing the same job. When was his last break from WWE?
He's been doing this nonstop since '99.
With the exception of Heidenreich chasing him around in the backstage area, feared for his life. Cole is there every week. And Cole is just, he's just spitting out line after line. Whatever's fed to him in the ear comes out of Cole's mouth.
Here's the thing, though. You look at any of the great broadcasters. We were given a reason to like JR in 1999 or whatever.
You're talking about
when
bad
they did
JR.
that whole angle thing.
Sure.
We were given a reason to like Jesse the Body Ventura by his history.
Love
Roddy
Jesse.
Piper by his history. Bobby Heenan by his history. So when you talk about the color commentators, there's been a reason for everybody. King, obviously there's a reason. Some play-by-play guys. Vince McMahon, he was a staple. He was there for so long, and when people came on board to WWE...
Vince was a great play-by-play guy.
Oh, no, he wasn't.
I loved listening to Vince McMahon.
1, 2, 3, he got him! Oh, no, I thought he had him.
Vince and Jesse
Histrionics. That was my favorite Vince McMahon word.
Vince and Jesse were great to listen to.
They were. But I don't think we've had a reason or been given a reason to care about Michael Cole. Michael Cole does good work. Does very good work.
He was Damian Nelson's next big thing in '99.
I think he lacks passion for the product, at least in his delivery, which is his problem. Linda, you talk about some of the great teams, such as Bobby the Brain Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon, Vince McMahon and Jesse Ventura, Tony Schiavone and nobody. What?
Tony Schiavone was good before he really got the passion beat out of him from the company. He had the passion.
He was average at best.
He had the passion beat out of him to the point where he just mailed it in. And when you do commentary like this,
I was watching his monitor.
When you do commentary like this.
So you're saying that he doesn't have as much passion?
Well, in general, Vishal's saying that there's no chemistry when what's lacking between between Michael Cole and the King. To a degree, I would say maybe even between Todd Grisham and Matt Stryker on the SmackDown side of things. But there seems to be, according to this email, a lack of chemistry. So your thoughts?
Do you think it could be something personal, too?
Oh, it could be. They could hate each other.
Could be.
And keep in mind, Taz and Cole had heat for a while there.
Yeah. But I still think they paired off pretty nicely. They did a good job. Mm-hmm. But I do see the lack of chemistry.
Understand the way Cole and King were put together the night of the draft. Mm-hmm. Nobody knew. Yank pulled JR right away from King, put Cole right in there.
They had to.
Well, what I'm saying is understand that there was no prior warning to it.
But I think everybody involved, including JR, understands that WWE had to do
it that way. Yeah.
Thank you for that email from over in England, and we want to make sure you all tune in to the Pro Wrestling Report on 540 ESPN, voted the #1 broadcast professional wrestling radio show in the world tonight, right after the wrestling on WWE, Raw, and TNA Impact, 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, streaming live at pwrshow.com, where the Chatmosphere will be going as well, where you can chat live along with us during the broadcast, and also
What about
you can
that
call in
app?
and join us as well.
Is that available?
And you can also listen on your iTunes application. Go ahead and visit the iTunes store, search for the Pro Wrestling Report, and download the app where you get exclusive content. Actually get the first access to these episodes of Pro Wrestling Report Interactive and first access to all of our episodes right on that application from iTunes.
Cool.
So, for Linda and the man they call Mita, thank you for tuning in. The interactive marathon continues on Wednesday. Another brand
We're in the
new
final
edition.
leg, right?
What do you mean?
I'm winded. Final
Only-
leg of the
it's only 10
marathon.
minutes.
Final leg of the marathon. It's a strenuous
Thanks for tuning in.
relationship.
ladies and gentlemen.